I can see only 5 children have joined the class. All of you please join. So good morning children. So we have completed chapter conservation of plants and animals. Today we shall start new chapter. So can anybody tell me which chapter we are going to start today?
So cell structure and functions.
Yeah, cell structure and functions we are going to start today. All of you join soon. I can see only 7 students have joined here. What others are doing, please join all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning to everyone. So today we shall start new chapter, that is chapter number 8. The name of the chapter is structure and functions. Structure and functions. Today we are taking up the first part. Okay, cell structure and function. So, children, let us first understand what is cell. See, before understanding cell, let us take an example of a room, a building. Room is a part of that. Can you tell me, room is made up of
Bricks.
Bricks.
when bricks are arranged in a repeated manner, one above the other, we get the shape of a room. So, children, when we talk about brick, brick is the smallest and structural unit of a room. If we divide the room into smaller and smaller and smaller fragments, it is the brick, it is the smallest unit, that is brick, which is obtained. After that, we cannot divide the room further into smaller fragments. Can we?
No, sir.
No.
No,
So we
sir.
can say that brick is the structural unit of room or a building, because bricks, they unite to form a room, and many rooms give rise to a building. In the same manner, children, in the same manner, cell is the smallest unit of a living body. We know that our body has millions and trillions of cells. Our body has millions and trillions of cells. Cells are very small to be viewed by naked eye. They are observed under microscopes of high magnification. Do you understand what is magnification? Magnification means when we see a smaller object under a microscope, it appears bigger. So this property of microorganism to show a smaller object as big is known as magnification. Is known as what? Magnification. And a microscope is judged by its magnification. The more is the magnification, high quality microscope has more magnification. Okay, children? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I was telling you that cells are the smallest unit in our living body. And when these cells they unite, they form similar kind of cells performing the same function. What do they form? They form tissue. They form what? Tissue. And when tissues they combine, they form an organ. They form an organ. And
Organ.
when many organs they unite, they form an organ system. And when many organ systems unite, they form an organism. They form an organism. So this is the hierarchy of life. This is the hierarchy of life. What is it? Cell is the smallest cell. It is the smallest cell. They unite to form tissue. Then tissue they unite to form organ. And organ they unite to form organ system. Like you can say organ system means a respiratory system, you can say excretory system, reproductive system, nervous system, endocrine system. These are all organ systems that include many organs. For example, when we say excretory system, it includes a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, urethra, urinary bladder, etc. These are the parts of excretory system. Understand, children? Okay. So cell is the smallest unit of in the living body. The tissue, organ, and organ system forms organism. Organism. So we have come to the conclusion that cell is the smallest unit in a living organism. Now comes that there are different types of organisms. There are different types of organisms based on the number of cells that they have. There are organisms like human beings which have millions and trillions of cells. They are called multicellular organisms. We are multicellular organisms. Okay, children? And on the other hand, there are organisms which have only single cell. For example, amoeba, paramecium, etc. So all the functions that are performed by a multicellular body are also performed by a unicellular organism. But the only difference is that in a multicellular organism, the different functions are performed by different cells or different tissues. But in a unicellular organism, all the functions of the body are performed by a single cell. This means that a single cell is capable of performing all the vital activities that are performed in a living body. That is why it is also called structural and functional unit of life. Why a cell is called structural and functional unit of life? Because a single cell can perform all the activities that are needed for the survival of a living body. For example, in unicellular organisms like amoeba and paramecium, all the functions like respiration, excretion, digestion, all these are performed by a single cell. So a single cell is capable of performing all the activities that are needed by a living body to survive. Understand, children? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please note down this. You please note down. Cell is the smallest unit. Please note down, children.
Completed, sir.
Noted, sir.
Noted. Very good.
Noted, sir.
Okay. See, I'm rubbing this now, and we will write about cell is the smallest unit in a living body. In a living body, cell is the smallest unit in a living body. Okay. Organisms are of two types depending upon the number of cells that they have. First is multicellular organisms. Multicellular, and another is unicellular. Multicellular organisms, these have many cells. Multi means many, and cellular means cells, is equal to cells. Okay. Here, these have single cell. Uni means single or one. Cellular means cell. Okay. Now, see, our body, like for example, human beings, we can write down. For example, human beings, cats, plants like mango, then neem tree, etc. These are all multicellular organisms. On the other hand, there are single cell organisms like, for example, amoeba, paramecium, etc. Okay, children? Now the question comes that we are multicellular organisms, and in our body there are trillions and trillions of cells, and we are surviving. Similarly, unicellular organisms, they only have a single cell and they are also surviving. What does that mean? Can anybody tell me? What does that mean? इसका क्या मतलब होगा?
That the one cell is forming all the processes that our body is forming.
Yeah, very good. Tejas has correctly replied to the question that a single cellular organism is also able to perform all the functions that are performed by a multicellular body, like respiration. In our body, respiration is performed by lungs. Okay, but in the amoeba, it is performed by a single cell. Similarly, excretion, digestion, all these are performed by a single cell only. Okay, children. In the higher classes, we will learn about the cell organelles inside a cell. Cell organelles are the components in a cell which perform specific functions. Some of you might be knowing about them also. For example, mitochondria. It is called the powerhouse of the cell. Do you know that? Children? Mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. Okay. Similarly, chloroplast. ribosomes. Okay, these are the cell organelles within a cell that we will discuss in higher classes. Okay, children. So here we will write down life processes are performed by different cells and tissues but here all the life processes are performed by a single cell. ठीक है ना, इसीलिए इसको बोलते हैं इट इज द स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ. अंडरस्टूड चिल्ड्रन? अब मैं लिखने वाला हूं. शैल आई रब द बोर्ड नाउ?
No, sir, 1 minute.
All of you have noted? Children, all of you have noted or not?
Yes, sir.
Please note down, everyone,
Sir,
so that I can rub. Okay, very good. Now I'm rubbing the board. Very good. Write down structural and functional unit of life because it is capable of independent existence. It is capable of independent existence. एक सिंगल सेल एक अकेला रह सकता है ना, सिंगल सेल in the form of a single cellular organism like amoeba and paramecium. That is why it is called the structural and functional unit of life. Please write down. This is the important question that is normally asked in the exams. Why it is called structural and functional unit of life? Cell is called the structural and functional unit of life. Structural and functional unit of life because functional unit of life because a single cell is capable of independent existence and survival. Independent existence and survival. Okay, because a single cell can perform all the life processes independently that are needed for survival of life. Okay, children. A single cell is living body. Single cell is living body in the form of unicellular organisms. Performing all vital activities, all vital activities like respiration, then nutrition means ingestion, okay, खाना लेते हैं, ingestion, then digestion, excretion, and they reproduce also, children. They give rise to new individuals. Understand? It is not that कि single amoeba है तो वो reproduce नहीं कर सकता. It is capable of reproduction. Okay? For your kind information, let me tell you, amoeba, it reproduces by a process known as binary fission or multiple fission. It is asexual reproduction. We have studied in class 7th. Just recall, there we have studied about the reproduction in plants. There we discussed about the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Any one of you can recall those things?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone? There we have studied no binary fission, budding. पढ़े थे कि नहीं पढ़े थे वहां पे?
Yes, sir. Fragmentation.
हाँ, fragmentation, very good. हाँ, fragmentation, binary fission, budding, ये पढ़ा था कि नहीं पढ़ा था? So these are all asexual methods of reproduction. Kushagra Soil, are you there? Kushagra Soil, are you listening or not? Kushagra
Yes,
Soil,
sir.
are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you noted this? Have you noted? Have you noted? Children, have you noted or not? Please respond.
No, sir.
Please
No,
note down. Please note down. So we have learned that cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life because a single cell is capable of independent existence and is able to perform all the vital activities that are needed to sustain life. Okay? All the activities that are performed by different cells and tissues inside a multicellular organism can be performed by a single cell like amoeba. That is why cell is called the smallest structural and functional unit of life. All of you understood? All of you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Only
Yes, sir.
only one child responds that he has understood. No one else. Why is
Yes,
it so?
sir. Understood.
Understood, sir.
So shall I rub the board now? Shall I
Yes,
rub the board?
sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके नाउ अब सेल के बारे में पता चल गया बेटा, सेल क्या होता है, सेल क्या होता है पता चल गया कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
तो सेल इज फाउंड इन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स और नॉन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स?
Living
A
organism.
living
Cell is
organism.
found in
Living
organisms
organisms.
and it is the smallest unit of a living body. ठीक है ना? Cell is the, we will write down, we will write again, how can we define a cell? Cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. Structural का मतलब ये है कि वो सबसे छोटा हिस्सा है बॉडी का जो एग्जिस्ट करता है, ठीक है ना? तो वी कैन डिफाइन अ सेल. सेल इज द स्मॉलेस्ट structural and functional unit of life. Structural and functional unit of life. अब फंक्शनल क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि वो सभी के सभी फंक्शंस परफॉर्म कर सकता है जो लाइफ को सस्टेन करने के लिए आवश्यक है, ठीक है। और स्मॉलेस्ट किस लिए कहते हैं, क्योंकि वो सबसे छोटा हिस्सा है बॉडी का, सबसे छोटा मल्टीसेलर बॉडी का सबसे छोटा हिस्सा क्या होगा, which is the smallest entity of a multicellular organism?
Cell.
It is the cell.
Cell.
Okay? And structural का मतलब है structure. It is the structure that it is the smallest structure that is added and forms a multicellular body. Somebody has asked me one question. Let me see who has asked that question. That, sir, what is the meaning of unaided eyes? Unaided eyes का मतलब है तेजस चौधरी, the eyes means naked eyes. Unaided eyes means we are not using any optical instrument like spectacles, magnifying glass or microscope. Okay, so such an eye is called unaided eye, or it is also called naked eye. Okay, Tejas,
Yes, sir. Understood.
is your question answered? Is your question answered or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have any other question, please ask. Please ask. Otherwise, let us see. So now we are talking about cell. We have learned that cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. We have also classified the organisms on the basis of their number in the body. So there are multicellular organisms and unicellular organisms. Now, question comes that how the cell was discovered and who discovered it for the first time. Please listen carefully. It is given in your textbook also. See, there was a scientist called Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, he observed slices of cork. He observed slices. Do you know what is cork?
So it's a part of a tree.
Part of bark of a tree. Cork is a part of bark of a tree, and it is non-living. It is non-living. Okay. So Robert Hooke observed slices of cork under a magnifying glass. What kind of lens is a magnifying glass? Can anybody tell me what kind of glass is a magnifying glass? What kind of lens is used as a magnifying glass? We had studied in class 7th. There we have studied that magnifying glass is nothing but a convex lens.
Convex lens.
नहीं पढ़ा था हमने? Haven't we discussed?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
तो
sir.
convex lens जो होता है, because it is a converging type of lens. कैसा है बेटा? It converges the rays of light that are coming from different directions to a single point. That is why it magnifies the image. Understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understand.
So, Robert Hooke took a magnifying glass and observed slices of cork under it, and he observed that there are compartments like structures, which he called them as cell. Okay, but actually that was non-living. So we will write about the discovery of cell. Please write down. Discovery of cell. Discovery of cell. Discovery of cell. Robert Hooke in 1665. Robert Hooke in the year 1665 observed slices of cork slices of cork under a magnifying glass, और मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास क्या होता है सबको पता होना चाहिए. मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास इज अ कॉन्वेक्स लेंस चिल्ड्रन. इट इज अ कॉन्वेक्स लेंस. Okay. Robert Hooke in 1665 observed. Robert Hooke in 1665 observed slices of cork under a magnifying glass, convex lens. Cork, you know, no? Cork is a part of bark of a tree. Okay. He observed that the structure looks like several components, several compartments separated by boundary walls. It looked like this. Children.
Sir, this is a brick cell.
No, this is not a brick cell. This is a cork cell. Compartment of a cork. Okay.
Sir, we draw it.
Yeah, you have to draw cork cells. Okay. Please note down. Draw it in the notebook. Please draw. Robert Hooke. Point the term cell for each compartment. जैसे ये कंपार्टमेंट है ना, इसको उसने एक सेल का नाम दिया. But were these cells living? No, these cells were dead actually. Okay. These cells were dead cells. These cells were dead. Okay. Any problem, children?
No, sir.
No, sir.
See, today we have learned about the cell, what is cell, why it is called smallest structural and functional unit of life, then types of organisms based on the number of cells that they have. Now cells also have variety in shape, size. Okay, so let us see what are the different types of cells based on the shape.
Sir, please not rub the last line.
Okay. Please write down everyone. Now we are going to see variety of cells.
Completed, sir.
Okay. Now variety of shell shapes, variety of shell shapes, variety of shell shape, shape में अगर मैं वैरायटी नंबर में देखिए कि नहीं, सेल का नंबर अगर सिंगल सेलुलर है तो वो ऑर्गेनिज्म यूनिसेलुलर बोलते हैं. देयर आर मेनी सेल्स, देयर इट इज कॉल्ड मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म. नाउ सेल्स डिफर इन देयर shape and size also. Okay, so we are talking about the different types of cells having specific shape. Okay, now let us write first cells like that of and amoeba. We have already discussed that amoeba is a single cell. Cells like that of an amoeba or white blood cell. White blood cell. White blood cell means WBC. White blood cell. WBC. Do not have rectangle shape and size. Rectangle shape and size. Regular shape and size. These cells keep on changing their shape and size. And right. Children, recall from chapter number 1 in class 7th, animal nutrition. There we had studied nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba captures its prey by extending its body in the form of a ball speed or pseudopodia. It engulfs the food particle and again it comes back to its normal shape and size. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
means that shape of amoeba cell is not fixed. It keeps on changing. Do you know? Let us write. Because amoeba extends its pseudopodia or speed at the time of locomotion. Do you know what is locomotion? Locomotion means moving from one place to the other. It is called locomotion. All of you understand the term locomotion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So amoeba extends its pseudopodia or speed at the time of locomotion and capturing its prey. Okay. After capturing its prey, its shape, its pseudopodia disappears. And the body structure comes to its normal. Body structure come to normal. ठीक है ना बेटा? Similarly, white blood cells also keep on changing their shape and size. Okay. Any problem with this?
No, sir.
Now, children, see, there are on page number
Sir,
19,
side, please.
there are given different types of cells like muscle cells, nervous cell, and this one, spindle-shaped muscle cells, long branch nerve cell, and red blood cells. Okay? So red blood cells क्या होते हैं? देख लो red blood cells का शेप कैसा है? Spherical shape. Shall I rub this? Shall I rub this now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Prashant has raised his hand. Prashant, what is the problem? Ask.
Sir,
Yes, Prashant?
what is difference between an organism cell and animal cell?
An organism can be
Sir, please
a living, an organism can be a plant or an animal. Kushal,
Sir, I mean that human cell and organism cell and animal cell difference.
we are animals. We are also treated as animals, Kushal.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and see, there is difference between an animal cell and a plant cell. There is difference between plant cell and an animal cell. Plant cell has a cell wall, while an animal cell does not have a cell wall. ठीक है? Kushar, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear,
Kushar
sir.
is not. Okay. So, children, you just draw the shape of red blood cells, which are spherical in shape, spindle-shaped cells of muscles, and a nervous cell which is linear in length. You just, when we will meet next time in the next class, you should draw the figures of these cells in your notebook. Will you draw?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So,
Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you.
Sir, we draw 8.4 drawings.
Yeah, 8.4, figure 8.4 you have to draw in your notebook.
Okay, sir.